human trafficking and a rape, which is absolutely absurd, simply for the reasons that it's absolutely false. I have lived with Andrew for years and years, and he would never do anything like this, ever. I've already had to make 2 videos regarding his innocence when it came to him being called a woman beater for a video that got leaked of us two having a little bit of a rough role play. I had to make a video 2 videos in fact, clarifying that he is innocent. And here I am again, coming from somebody who lived with him for years. He is not a human trafficker. He would never rape anybody, and he would certainly never ever human traffic anyone either, including his brother. They would never do such thing. I am just so shocked, and I'm so fed up with all of these lies, talking about Andrew, that he's a woman beater, that he's a human trafficker, he's raped somebody. It is so false. It's so false that it's upsetting. Even though we're no longer together, it upsets me because I know the person I have lived with. I know who he is, and he is neither of those things.
So this was Andrew Tate's ex-girlfriend speaking out about the truth about him and his arrest and saying these allegations are not true. This is a woman who has lived with him for a few years, and she knows them very well, right? If you live together, you're going to get to know that person quite well, and you're going to see what's going on in their lives. And obviously, she's saying, I never saw anything like that. He is not that type of person who would be trafficking humans, and this is absurd, and it's just not true. And again, whether, you know, she's telling the truth or not, nobody knows, right? But that's beyond the point, because as I've said before, this isn't about that, right? Because there is human trafficking going on all over the world, right? Blatantly, right under our nose, tons of evidence, right? I mentioned our border here in the U.S. It's going on every single day, every single night, right? You have all the evidence in the world to lock these guys up and throw away the key, yet nothing is done. So I don't believe that that's the reason. I mean, that is just the excuse to put him away, to silence him, right? Because they can't keep him quiet. That is what is behind this, right? The machine does not want people to tell other people out there the truth. They don't want them to live in reality. Instead, they want them to live in this simulation, right? This delusion, this molested version of reality that is being controlled by the machine, right? AKA the Matrix, AKA the establishment. That's what they want. Where they are, you know, they are in full control of the narrative and what people hear, what people see, what people are told, so that they can continue to control you, right? They want they want the collective to all be pushing the same ideology, the same likes, the same dislikes, you know, just have the same thought process. You guys should watch this movie, Brave New World, right? It's very, it's very scary how it now feels like we're living in the same dystopia. Or you could just watch Demolition Man, one of my favorite movies now. It's quickly surpassing Rocky IV as Rocky IV as my all-time favorite Sly movies, because it's actually starting to come true. But regardless, you have to commend his ex-girlfriend for speaking out on his behalf again, right? Again, apparently she's spoken out defending him previously, and here she is doing it again, because now she's putting herself at risk, right? She's putting herself at risk because she's essentially saying that these things aren't true, and, you know, these are all false allegations, and he's not that type of guy. So she's putting herself in harm's way for him, right? And that's commendable. I mean, that's really respectable, because a lot of women will not do that, especially in today's culture, right? They're just not going to, you know, put themselves at risk. So she is doing that. I mean, she must really, really love this dude, you know, or as I teach you guys, she definitely respects him more than she loves him, because a woman who loved him more than she respected him would not be out there defending him. She'd probably, you know, be letting her arm get twisted by the machine, and she'd be like, yeah, I think there's some possibilities. I've seen stuff like weird stuff like this going on, just to protect herself, right? Even though they're not true. So I give her that, man, because a lot of women, a lot of our exes won't come to our defense like that. I mean, some of mine will, but obviously, some won't. My ex from 2006 would try to bury me, I'm sure. But either way, people are getting too caught up right now in the fact that, we have to prove that these allegations aren't true, or, it's because of the Greta Thunberg thing and the pizza boxes, or, it's, because of this or that. I mean, really, at the end of the day, the real reason why they're looking for any reason at all, to put this guy away, is to silence him, right? So he'll stop talking. Because a lot of the things he says, obviously, they're pretty extreme, right? Especially for most people, they're pretty extreme. I mean, I definitely don't agree with all of them, but he does speak a lot of truths, right? And why not just leave it to men, or in women for that matter, to decide whether or not they want to listen to him? And this is what makes people like Tate so dangerous to the machine, is because he won't stop talking. And they can't shut him up. So he even said himself, he feels like he used up one of his lives, where he's already been arrested, and, one of the next steps is, at some point, they're just going to kill him off. Right? It's happened throughout history. And, it's really sad that that's, kind of where we're at this point, and where he's at. I mean, he's really at a crossroads, right, where he can continue going and continue speaking, which I believe he's going to do, and they say he has like 30 days in detention. I really think they may try to keep him there for the full 30 days just to try to shake him up a bit, right? Just to try to let him know, like, hey, you don't want to come back to this place, right? You don't want us to have to drag you back here, so you better stop talking. You better start keeping a low profile, right? Get off social media. Stay silent. So they're using this almost as a ploy to scare him a bit. Will it work? I don't think so. I think he's going to get out and he's going to continue speaking. He's going to continue going on these interviews and podcasts. I'm surprised Rogan hasn't had him yet, but he'll continue going out there and speaking. And they're just going to try to dig up more dirt on him. There's just going to be more arrests. There's going to be more SWAT. You're just going to see more of this circus show going on, right? And him being accused of things that are going on all over the world where there is actual evidence. There's none of this suspicions of human trafficking. No, there is human trafficking here. Why don't you go do something about it? No, not them. No, we have to look the other way because they're funding us, or that's part of our political party. Oh, those people lead to voters. We have to look the other way. But Tate, no, he's waking too many people up. Anything that takes power away from the machine or wakes people up to the deceptions of the machine is a threat, right? And on any level, they will come after you. So, yeah, it's where we are in the world right now. But we'll see what happens. I wouldn't get too caught up in, a lot of these videos that are coming out now where people are just creating content so they can get clicks, and they're like, oh, look, his next door neighbor spoke out, or, oh, look, his, 3 of his friends from school spoke out. I mean, great. It doesn't matter, right? He's going to be out soon enough, and once he gets out, if they don't try to kill him in prison, I don't think they're going to be that bold just yet, because it's going to be way too obvious. They're going to wait till later on, where he's a little more vulnerable to make their next move. But I don't think they're going to do anything here. I think they're just going to try to shake him up a little bit, scare him, let him do his 30 days, him and his brother. His brother, Tristan, might, I heard he has a kid. I don't know if I'm wrong about that, but I think he's a dad. Right? I think that's something I read. I'm not sure. Don't quote me on that, but I think he's a dad. He might back off a little bit just because, you know, he has a family, right? Whereas Tate, I don't think he has any kids. So it really doesn't matter for him. And he's going to keep speaking, but eventually they're going to try to do something else in the future if he continues to speak, right? They're going to probably try to do something else. I think he even said at this point, I would never kill myself. And I think any content creator in the manosphere that starts to gain a following should also make the same disclaimer, right? I would never kill myself. FYI, me, Matt Cross, I would never kill myself, right? I would never do something like that. Just FYI, right? In case you ever see me on the news, oh, he hung himself. Oh, he jumped out of a building. Oh, his DeLorean blew up. You know, no, I would never kill myself, right? And no, my DeLorean would not blow up, right? I have a fire extinguisher in that car, FYI. And I changed out those rubber fuel lines that were causing DeLoreans to blow up. I believe I have steel fuel lines now. So no, it's not going to blow up. So any odd, peculiar things that happen like that in the future, FYI, you heard it here. I would never kill myself, okay? I'm Catholic, grew up Catholic. It's against, the Bible. It's against God it's against Catholicism to take your own life. So no, I would never kill myself. Just an FYI here as I sit and record this video on the 2nd day of January, or is it 3rd day of January 2023. Matt Cross, would never kill myself, okay? FYI. And he also said the same thing. And any other content creator in the manosphere, you should probably make the same disclaimer in a few of your videos, just in case, because at some point in the future, they might try to come back. They might try to be like, well, he had a change of heart and jumped out of that building. He jumped out of his hotel room over in Orange County in this beautiful setting where he's enjoying his time with his dogs, Cash and Gizmo. He just decided to jump out of the building. I don't know why. No. I would never kill myself, right? So, people, you got to start making the same disclaimer, just like Tate does. You know who doesn't have to make this disclaimer? People who are part of the machine. People who are part of the woke left. You know, people who vote Democrat. They don't have to make these disclaimers because nobody is haranguing them. Nobody is coming after them. Nobody is doxing them. Nobody is, trying to swat them because they're pulling the ideology. And they think, it's so sad because they're so gullible. They think that they're on the right side of history, right? They think that they're doing the right thing. They think they're the good guys. And it's just kind of astonishing to see this because it's like if they just stop to watch their actions and pay attention to what they're doing, they would see that they're the actual fascists, they're the actual racists, they're the actual homophobes, they're the ones who are actually stopping progress with their actions, their ideologies, their behaviors, their hatred towards other humans that don't agree with them. The reason why they can't wake up to see that is because they're stuck in this narcissistic bubble, right? Because when you're a narcissist, which many people on the left are, I'm not going to say all, but I would say most, if you ever watch these interviews where they interview somebody on the left, it's like you're just shaking your head like, how can you not see that you're doing exactly what you're accusing other people of doing, and you're labeling them names like fascists and whatever, and you guys are actually doing that. The reason why they can't see it is, again, narcissistic personality disorder. It robs you of having any self-awareness or any self-accountability. You just blame shift, right? Because you're that much of a loser. You're that pitiful. You just blame shift. Anything you're doing, you just see it in everybody else, but you can't see it in yourself. It's kind of like if you've ever had friends like this that are just super low value like that, or narcissistic friends, right? You just want to tear your eyes out because they constantly are accusing other people of what they themselves are doing. And anytime you hold their feet to the fire and try to say, hey, you're doing that too. They like blame shift onto you. No, you do, and they start pointing things out about you. And it's like, we're not even talking about that. We're talking about what you're doing here. Regardless, that's what this is about with Tate. It's not about the human trafficking. It's not about the pizza boxes or Greta Thunberg or what, his cousins are saying right now or his friends are saying. All this stuff is about him waking people up to the truth, right? I mean, it happens to everyone in the red pill community, but because he is so publicized right now and he's literally everywhere, he's a threat. He's a real threat, right? He's just a real threat. So let me know your thoughts below, guys, on what his ex-girlfriend had to say about him, her defending him. Do you believe her, or do you think she's just, you know, like some people are accusing her of like being paid off or whatever? But let me know what your thoughts are below in the comments. And always love to see you guys in my comments. And share your stories below. And as always, this is Matt Cross from 33 Secrets. Don't forget to smash the like button, smash the subscribe button, smash that notification bell as well, so you'll be notified whenever I release a brand new coaching video here on the YouTube, especially if it's a brand new update about Tate. If you're following that, make sure you subscribe to the channel. Do it for the algorithm. Do it for Cash and Gizmo. Do it for my DeLorean, which is down there somewhere. Appreciate it. And for you guys who want to support my work, if I am enlightening you, if you're becoming a better man, if you are becoming a stronger man, mentally, physically, spiritually, and you want to support my work, best way to do that is to just simply jump into 7 months of mastery. That is my cold approach pickup program, where I'm teaching guys just like you how to go out there and approach and close the youngest, hottest, and most beautiful looking women on the planet. I'm talking about 8s, 9s, and 10s. Same type of women that myself and all my coaching students all around the world now are out there cold approaching and bringing into their lives. Many of my students have even gotten married to many of these women who are way above their look scale, way above their own SMV, and I'm so proud of them. Sometimes I'm even envious of them and jealous, but I'm like, oh man, you used my stuff to get this incredible woman. So that is the best way to support my work. Jump into 7 months to mastery. All you need to do is click the link below in my description box. It will take you over to my website where you can get signed up right now. Just takes 2 seconds, so do that now, and I'll see you in my next coaching video. I'm out.